Right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to September 7th, 2025, Washington and North Idaho Fire Weather Briefing. Have Valerie, myself in Spokane, representing east side of Washington and North Idaho, and we have Logan over in Seattle representing Western Washington. As always, this meeting is being recorded, and by joining and participating in this session, consent is being given to the recording. Please keep your cameras off per NOAA Privacy Act statement. So I first just wanted to take a look at the past 24 hours for lightning and precipitation. First, lightning, you can see that we did have a good amount of lightning. Unfortunately, don't have the specific counts, but you could see Western Washington saw a good amount of lightning, and especially over the south central Cascades in Western Washington and in Eastern Washington, with some cells that popped up later in the evening, continued into the late night hours. And then those cells kind of popped up and moved northward, with lightning continuing across the central Cascades and even across Okanagan Highlands and then North Cascades, but the numbers did dwindle out as the night went on. So there was a good amount of lightning. This did come with, especially with those stronger cells and more abundant lightning down in the south central Cascades. This did come with wetting rains, with this 0.68 inches of precipitation was the Okanagan Frost site near the Wildcat. I don't know. I think that was kind of close to the Wildcat fire, but it did see 0.68, and then other spots, other raw sites saw up to quarter an inch to up even to a little more than 3/10 of an inch, almost to 4/10 of an inch. So these stronger cells did come with wetting rains, but as they moved northward, the cells that saw lightning across the northeastern Cascades and even across the Okanagan Highlands, not every spot did see wetting rains, so they're curious if there's any holdover fires, especially if they came with some gusty winds. But those strikes did continue into early this morning across the Okanagan Highlands and north into across the North Cascades. And then taking a look at our current satellite imagery, you can see there is this broad area, this broad closed upper level low offshore with embedded waves that are bringing our threat for showers and thunderstorms. There will be a renewed threat this afternoon into the evening, although it does seem like, especially across Washington, that the threat did diminish a bit compared to yesterday, although the threat is still there. And then this broader low will move into the Pacific Northwest later on Monday into Monday night, and it'll slow down and remain pretty stationary over the Pacific Northwest through the week, which will bring us kind of a threat for showers and thunderstorms every single day through the week, although the thunderstorm threat will diminish as the week goes on, with more thunderstorm threat closer to on Monday and Tuesday. This will bring us an initial shot of better chances for wetting rains across much of the region Monday night into Tuesday, and actually it might even bring some gustier winds and some embedded convection and thunderstorms late Monday night into Tuesday morning across eastern Washington and North Idaho as well. And so just taking a little closer look, you can see kind of there's a lot more cloud cover across western Washington compared to the last couple of days, and even across northeast Washington as those showers move into Canada. You can see also that the haze is a bit less. Our AQI has come down a lot, but there is still extensive smoke and haze across northeast Washington and North Idaho. And I'll pass it over to Logan to talk about the west side.
Thanks, Valerie. Yeah, so we'll still have those thunderstorm chances at least through the first half of the week. It looks like today we have a lesser chance than we did yesterday, but Sunday and then again on Tuesday with the upper level low directly overhead, those will be the days where we have the best chance for thunderstorms. But still some non-zero chances Monday and Wednesday as well. It looks like we get to kick out that upper level trough by Thursday, so we should be a little bit drier, maybe a little less cloudy, though still remaining relatively cool as chances for showers return to the forecast again for next weekend.
Thanks, Logan. Pretty similar trends for Eastern Washington, North Idaho. Today, as mentioned, the threat is a bit less for thunderstorms compared to yesterday, but the threat still exists. And even as we get into Monday and Tuesday, once we see that upper level low moving over, this will continue our afternoon threat for thunderstorms over the mountains, but then a more organized system kind of will move from Eastern Oregon into Eastern Washington Monday night into Tuesday morning across Monday night across the basin, Eastern Washington, moving across Northeast Washington on Tuesday. Looks primarily like heavier to moderate to heavier showers, but with embedded thunderstorms that would bring even more moderate to heavy rain and even a nocturnal threat into Tuesday morning across the Northeast Washington. But this will also, it'll be cooler and wetter, and so hopefully it won't have such a high of a critical fire threat. So we'll move over to the hazards, and we still do have air quality alerts out through across all of Eastern Washington and North Idaho, and we will be meeting with our air quality partners tomorrow to discuss. So just looking, we're going to look at the chance of wetting rains and the probability of thunder for the next couple of days. So today, any storms that pop up will still be a mix of wet and dry thunderstorms as the boundary layer moistens up over the next couple of days. But we see a threat. This is our threat through this morning for thunderstorms, although the threat has looked like it's moved more into Canada. But as we get into the afternoon, we'll see a renewed threat across the highest chances will be across the mountains and across Southeast Washington as well. But there will be a 10 to 50% chance across the basin and the Spokane area, but higher confidence will be for the Cascades, Northeast Washington, and North Idaho, and Southeast Washington and the Camas Prairie. For Monday, that's when we can see our higher chances of wetting rains moving in. It will start says 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., but this mostly will be later in the afternoon into the evening on Monday across Southwest Washington and Southeast Washington as well, even Northeast Oregon, and then moving northward through the night. And then this will also come with chances of thunderstorms, especially across the Cascades and Southeast Washington as well. And then as we get into Monday night into Tuesday, kind of widespread threat of over 20% chance of wetting rains with highest confidence in the Cascades and the mountains in Southeast Washington, as well as kind of a more organized system moves into the area. And as I mentioned, this comes with a threat of nocturnal light thunderstorms, embedded convection within the broad area of showers Monday night into Tuesday morning as it moves northeastward into across the area. And then there's also a threat, again, afternoon threat of thunderstorms. So kind of rinse and repeat all stays as that upper level low sits over the forecast over Washington and North Idaho. Logan, do you have anything you want to add about this?
I don't think so. I think you summed it up well.
Thank you. I'll pass it over to Logan to talk about trends for the west side.
Yeah, so you can see here overall, temperatures will remain seasonal, and with onshore flow, will remain relative humidities will remain well through the entire period. Winds are pretty light as well. You can see there we remain onshore, though the winds are pretty light. And then moving to the bottom with the precipitation, you can see we'll have kind of scattered shower and thunderstorm chances each day, though, with the best chances being with that more organized system that will move through Tuesday, and then some lingering chances on Wednesday as well. But you can see cool and cloudy through the entire period here.
Thanks, Logan. Similar for Central Washington, we actually do see, let's look at India. Today still be pretty warm, although the increased cloud cover, and we'll start to see temperatures trending downward. And then for Monday as well, even Monday is our lowest forecasted RHs, but even though they're still in the 30% range, so it's still pretty good for the end of summer. And then kind of temperatures remaining pretty stagnant through the week, although a bit of a decrease for Tuesday with that heightened chance for rains Monday night into Tuesday morning, and kind of increased cloud cover through the day. And then just kind of remaining a low chance through the week, as we'll see rounds of showers through the week. So it'll be harder to pinpoint exactly where those will happen, but just remaining cool and wet with good RH recoveries overnight as well. And then if we look at Tacoma Creek. So you're gonna even also see increased chance for showers through the day, through the week, a little bit higher than Central Washington, as those southerly flow brings showers into Northeast Washington and North Idaho through the week. But Monday night to Tuesday morning does look like the best chance for wetting rains and showers across Northeast Washington, much of Eastern Washington and North Idaho, with pretty variable wind speeds through the day and excellent recoveries overnight in cooler temperatures. So this definitely is a good trend to see as we get into the middle of September. And looking at the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, Climate Prediction Center still does have all of Washington and North Idaho under leaning likely above temperatures for the middle of September, although as we get later in the year, it will be tougher with the dwindling daylight to see very warm temperatures even into the 90s, upper 80s and 90s. So this would more look like temperatures especially in Eastern Washington, North Idaho, the upper 70s to low 80s for this time of year if that does occur. And then also staying in leaning above average precipitation for the middle of September. That is a good trend that we want to see, especially with all the fires that are going on. And if you have any questions, you can raise your hand or